Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants is brought to you in part by Jen Air, where innovation has finally caught up with your appetite for the extraordinary.
Thanks for joining us at Builder's Source Appliance Gallery in Albuquerque. And I'd like to welcome back Pat Keene, chef and owner of the Artichoke Cafe, for your second season here on Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here again.
Thanks for joining us. And I'm really excited to have you here today because you are going to demystify the fear and the mystery in making whole steamed artichokes. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, tell me more about this.
Okay, well, it may seem intimidating if you've never cooked an artichoke before, and you look at them in the grocery store shelf and think, oh, I don't want to have to tackle that. But
that's exactly
actually, once the mystery is revealed of how easy it is, it's something you can cook all the time, and it's very delicious and healthy, and I think people will really enjoy it.
I think you're right. And you can find this recipe and all of her tips and tricks on southwestrestaurants.com. Now, what is the first step in preparing them?
Well, the first step, when you have a fresh artichoke, it comes with a kind of an elongated stem. First thing you want to do is cut off the stem and try to make it as even as possible so that if you want to, you can sit it up on the plate. The second is to peel off some of these lower little leaves.
Why do you peel those off?
Well, because you're really not going to eat them. By the time you get down to those lower leaves, you'll probably, be just going for the larger ones.
Or full.
Yeah.
You know what I read? That artichoke's a flower.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes,
Edible
that's
flower.
right. Yeah,
Fun.
right.
Yeah.
In fact, if you leave it on the plant, it opens up into a beautiful purple blossom. And that's what the purple is inside. When you open the artichoke after it's cooked, you'll see it has purple in there, and that's what turns into the flower.
I did not know that. I've seen the purple in the, what's that part on the inside called? Thistle?
Thistle. That's right.
Yeah, and
right.
that's purplish.
That's right.
Okay,
yeah.
So what do we do next?
So the next thing is, all these leaves have a little thorn on them, and we don't want to leave those on.
Yeah, they're poking.
Yeah. So we want to cut off, and this is a little, this is kind of a little tedious and can take a little bit of time. And with kitchen shears, just kind of go under the very tip, not too much, you don't want to cut off too much, of the leaf and take off that thorn. And you'll just keep going all around the artichoke until we get to the very top.
Is it important to use kitchen shears rather
You can
than
use
kids' craft paper?
Well, I think it's easier this way, and the sharper the better. But if you have a nice pair of, if you have a sturdy pair of scissors, you can do it with that too.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, around the restaurant, when we can't find our kitchen shears because things are always getting lost, we use our office scissors.
Your office scissors. See,
right. Now I'm all the way to the top.
Okay.
And what I want to do is I want to keep the conical shape of the artichoke, but I just want to take off that very tip.
Okay.
So I'll just use either a very sharp butcher knife or a serrated knife and cut off that top.
Pretty.
And there it is, ready to go. And what we're going to do next is we have a stock pot here.
Okay.
With a few inches of water in it.
And we're cooking in a Jen Air kitchen at Builder's Source Appliance Gallery. This is a really nice slide-in range.
Okay, the other thing I want to mention is that while you're prepping the artichokes, because it'll take a few minutes for each one, have a half of a lemon ready.
This is interesting to me. I've never done this. I've tried artichokes before, but the lemon, I've never heard of that.
This will keep it from turning brown.
Okay.
When it hits oxidizing when it hits the air. So as you do each artichoke, rub it with lemon, and then we'll put it in our water.
Does it add to the flavor as well?
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Then we're going to squeeze some lemon in, not too much because we want the flavor of the artichokes to come through, not the lemon. And then just a little bit of olive oil, again, not too much.
I never do that either, but this is a good tip.
And then a pinch of salt.
So, and the next step would be, you want your water nice and boiling hot, or?
Well, what I do is I bring it to a boil first, and then I turn it down to a medium simmer.
Okay, and how long do you leave it on simmer?
And we want to cover it, because whenever you're steaming, we're steaming basically.
Okay.
You really have to test it, but it can take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. Okay. Sometimes 25, depending on the artichokes or how high you have the heat.
Okay.
Or how many you have in the pot. I usually do, in a pot this size, I would do about 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And we have an extra treat when we come back after the break. Please stay with us. She has 3 delicious dipping sauces that we can eat with the artichoke. So please stick around.
Well, I've been coming to Farina since they opened, and I think it's kind of one of my favorite lunch spots because the quality is so good.